Hi, I'm Allie Royer. I chose to pick a current event on Maria Sharapova and her most recent doping accusations, and just whether or not the future of her brand will be damaged. So, a little bit about Maria Sharapova. She's a Russian professional tennis player. She's won 5 Grand Slams, and she's actually the highest paid female athlete in the world. Forbes has ranked her the highest paid female athlete for about 11 years due to her net worth of about $285 million. She became a big name in tennis after she won the Wimbledon at age 17 and has seen a lot of success on the court since then. Unfortunately, Maria Sharapova announced that she failed a drug test at the Australian Open this year. She tested positive for meldonium, and meldonium is a drug that can help with various heart conditions. She has been taking the drug for about 10 years, so since about 2006. Maria claims she had no idea this drug was on the banned drug list, which I personally feel is something athletes at that level should stay up to date with. Her final punishment on the tennis court is yet to be announced, but she has to face some serious consequences off the court as well. So one of the major consequences that she's faced already is her sponsorship loss. She had endorsements with Nike, Porsche, and Tag Heuer. Nike and Porsche right away put a hold on her sponsorship because essentially she and any other athlete that they sponsor becomes a part of their brand. They don't want someone that they're representing to be caught doping because there's a negative correlation with their brand image. Nike is a huge sponsor of athletes all over the world, and they don't want to be associated with anyone who's going to be caught doping or cheating. Tag Heuer has come out to say that they will not be renewing their contract with Maria in the future years. It only took about a day or two after after Maria announced that she had failed her drug test for these big companies to make these huge decisions. So when it comes to endorsements, there are statistics out there that big companies can look at. I thought it was really interesting to see how her statistics have dropped since she has been released into the media with all this negative publicity. Her credibility dropped from top 20% to bottom 25%, and her consumer trust dropped from top 25% to the bottom 30%. Her overall appeal ranking, she only went down 4% from the previous month, which I found really interesting that she dropped in her overall appeal from 88% to 84%, meaning that 84% of her consumers would still call themselves a fan, which I personally think is really interesting because many athletes lose a lot of their fan base after an incident like this. So there's almost kind of a silver lining for her to still maintain an 84% appeal during such serious accusations. So there's still a chance that her overall brand isn't completely damaged and her future could still be successful. Big athletes, in my opinion, should stay up to date with the banned drug list. I personally feel like if you are putting any sort of drug in your body while being a professional athlete, you should constantly be checking the ban list. This is part of your job. This is how you follow the rules. And any situation like Maria's where you claim that you didn't know these were on the list are really unfortunate, but it's hard for me to feel sorry for her because she should be paying attention at her level. Nike and Porsche, I personally feel like they made the right decision. They need to watch their brand image, and to be associated with an athlete who just failed a drug test looks really bad for them. If they were to stay with her, then her brand image is tied to theirs, and that's something these big companies don't want to be correlated with. There are a lot of professional athletes out there, so why sponsor one who is negatively in the media? Her overall brand will now have a negative association, not to mention her future will be impacted by this event dramatically. I believe that her future success in the tennis world will also probably be impacted because people, the media, her competition, and overall fans will probably think back to the time she failed a drug test. And Maria has a lot on her plate right now. She has faced a lot of consequences off the court, but it'll be really interesting to figure out what her final punishment is and how long of a suspension she'll have to face. As of right now, I keep reading that it could be up to 4 years, but they haven't come to a final conclusion.